Willkommen. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sean Huggins and this is React with Hugs. Thank you so much for being here. Today we got a fun video planned. Check this out. This is what's wrong with German Fußball. Oh baby. What is wrong with German football? I don't know anything about German football or any football or much of anything about anything, so we're going to find out together what is the deal with German football. Let's find out. Los geht's.
Over the last century, Germany has had one of the best football teams in the world.
Wow.
They've won 4 World Cups, 3 European Championships, and produced some of the greatest players the world has ever seen.
Dang.
And yet, after nearly a decade of underachievement, they're currently ranked only 15th best in the world, below Switzerland, Morocco, the USA, and Mexico.
Below the USA? They're ranked below the USA? Oh my gosh, what a disgraceful statistic. I can't believe it.
And in September 2023, they sacked a head coach for the first time in their history.
Whoa.
So, what's gone wrong for Germany? And how did this happen?
Let's see.
Well, first, let's quantify that downturn. Since winning the World Cup in 2014, Germany lost in the semi-finals of Euro 2016 and were then eliminated in the group stage of the 2018 World Cup. Historically, that was their worst performance at a World Cup.
Whoa.
Then, at the 2020 European Championship, they were comfortably defeated by England in the quarter-finals, before most recently suffering another group stage elimination at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Head coach Hansi Flick would survive for almost another year, but was dismissed after a surprising 4-1 loss to Japan, leaving Germany 15th in the world, a ranking that would have been unthinkable back in 2014 after they'd won their 4th World Cup, a total only surpassed by Brazil.
2014, they won the World Cup. Wow, not that long ago. And to drop all the way down to 15th, I mean, it could be worse, I guess. 15th is still, there's a lot of countries out there in the world. So 15th in the world, that's pretty good actually, now that I think about it. But still, it's not number 1.
Now, there's no single reason that explains what's happened. Instead, a range of factors are to blame, both on and off the pitch. Some of them were unavoidable. Others were definitely not.
Let's see.
So starting with the team itself, players have been a problem. The 2014 team had 2 significant strengths. The first was a spine of hugely experienced players that ran right through the side. Manuel Neuer in goal, Mats Hummels and Jerome Boateng, Philipp Lahm, Benedikt Hövedes and Per Mertesacker in defence, Bastian Schweinsteiger, Sami Khedira and Mesut Ozil in midfield, and Thomas Müller, Miroslav Klose and Lukas Podolski in
Okay, I've heard of Schweinsteiger, so that guy must be good.
attack. At the same time, that group was complemented by emerging world-class players. Mario Götze was just 22 in 2014. Andre Schürrle was 23.
This guy's 22? Dude, if you told me he was 42, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. He looks fine for a 42-year-old. He's 22? Crazy.
And Toni Kroos was 24. But over time, 2 issues developed. The first was that members of that core aged and retired. The second was that while Germany remained proficient at producing skilled multi-positional players, it failed to restock its specialist roles, in particular in defence and at centre-forward. And that shows in the present day. The current squad is blessed with technical players in the more fluid positions, such as the centre of midfield and wide forward, but it lacks quality and depth at centre-back and full-back, and is without a world-class goal-scoring number 9. The group of defenders taken to the Qatar 2022 World Cup describes that problem well. In addition to which, Hansi Flick's constant experimentation with different fullbacks became almost a running joke among supporters. But more broadly, the issue of succession has been extremely difficult, and not just because of these supply issues. Joachim Löw was the architect of that 2014 World Cup win, but he didn't...
Dude, this guy does not look real. This looks like a freaking sketch from a TV show or a movie. How does this face have this hair and then the turtleneck and then holding the ball, the way that he's holding it, the ball itself, everything about this picture? Is this guy a real person? What? Oh my God.
Stepped down until 2021, continuing on despite the early exit at the 2018 World Cup. 15 years is a long time to coach any international team.
Okay.
During those years, there were also botched attempts at a renewal. In 2019, Löw announced unilaterally that he was retiring Mats Hummels, Jerome Boateng and Thomas Müller from the international squad. It was not a popular move, and the players, Hummels in particular, took great issue with how that decision was communicated. He and Müller would eventually return to the squad, but the episode was symptomatic of how Löw and the DFB struggled to transition between eras. And complicating those issues were events off the field. In the aftermath of the 2014 World Cup win, the DFB embraced the commercial opportunities that came with their success. The national team rebranded as Die Mannschaft, and while the slogan was impactful abroad, in Germany it was never popular within a football culture that values authenticity and is highly suspicious of commercialization. And the inner workings of the organisation itself have not been helpful either. German football's Football Association endured 2 separate tax scandals in the decade following the 2014.
What? 2 separate tax scandals for the team? Interesting, okay.
World Cup. 2 of its presidents also resigned. Wolfgang Niersbach in 2015, following a corruption scandal relating to Germany's hosting of the 2006 World Cup, and Reinhard Grindel in 2019, amid allegations of undeclared earnings and growing unpopularity.
Dude, is this a common thing in football? Like, aren't there a bunch of teams around Europe and around the world getting in trouble for like corruption, and like teams in FIFA and stuff, or FIFA itself getting in trouble for corruption, or people saying that it's corrupt? I don't know. Seems like a common thing from the headlines that I see.
Grindel was also the president criticised by Mesut Ozil following his premature international retirement in 2018. In a statement, Ozil accused the DFB of turning him into a scapegoat and of disrespecting his Turkish roots. The effect of these issues on the team is hard to accurately calculate, but the disconnect between the German public and its football team is less so. While the furious reaction at home to the side's failure to wear the One Love armband at Qatar 2022 was significant, as was the 64% drop in the domestic TV audience for the team's...
Wait, they did not want to wear like a gay pride patch or something? Huh, okay.
Games in 2022 from the 2018 tournament,
and a 64% drop in viewership. Holy crap, that is staggering. If you guys know what's going on here, you guys gotta let me know what's going on with this patch thing and what's going on with this drop in viewership. Why is the audience so upset? What's going on with this team that everyone's stopped watching and like people are outraged and stuff? What's going on here?
They were just stronger symptoms of an existing mood. And philosophically, a culture war is also being fought between those who support the more traditional, hard-working German playing style of the 70s, 80s and 90s, and the more technical form that has taken its place. In July 2023, Bastian Schweinsteiger characterized the issue. When Pep Guardiola joined Bayern Munich, Schweinsteiger said, "Everyone believed we have to play this kind of football, like short passes and everything. We were kind of losing our values. I think most of the other countries were looking at Germany as a fighter. We can run until the end and everything. The strengths got lost through the last 7 or 8 years. We forgot about that and were more focused on playing the ball nicely to each other." Now, these are difficult claims to quantify. But whatever the case, the argument will continue, as will the disagreement over what's wrong with the German national team, or even what needs to be done to fix it. That will run until the European Championship of 2024, which is to be held in Germany, in front of a football public eager not to be embarrassed.
I wonder how that went. Oh, interesting. That goes to show how much I know about football. I did not even know that any of this stuff was happening. Well, all right. That was interesting. A good little tiny snapshot at what's going on with German football, I guess, but definitely doesn't tell the whole story, I feel like. But maybe you guys, the experts, can let me know what is actually happening. Why do people not want to watch the team? Why were people upset about some patches or something in whatever tournament? And why is the team not good? Like, what's going on here? You guys would probably know better than anyone, so let me know your thoughts. Leave your mustard down in the comments section below. But that being said, that's all the time that I have for today. So thank you guys so much for being here. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.